Hello, everyone. Divine Feminine Empress 444 here to do a collective read. Decks have already been shuffled. Give me something for the collective. So we have round and round, cycles, triggers, and lessons. And we have fake busy. And we have heartbreak. And we have bad credit, debt, unemployment. Okay. Give me something more for the collective. Oh. We have Knight of Wands. We have Ace of Pentacles. We have the King of Swords. We have the the Page of Wands. Or sorry, no. The Nine of Wands, sorry. Then we have the Magician. Four of Swords. Seven of Pentacles. And the Star. Okay. Collective, I feel like what I'm seeing here is there was some kind of heartbreak, right? It seems like throughout your life, right? It was like this cycle that just kept repeating itself. And what I'm seeing is like a lot of heartbreak, financial losses, things like that. With this King of Swords energy, right? I feel like you've now had to start using your head over your heart. You could have been somebody who is very loving, very passionate, very, you operate more out of your emotions, right? And I feel like you're being handed some kind of new beginning, okay? With this Ace of Pentacles here. Moving away from people in this like Knight of Wands energy. Now, take it how it resonates for you. It could be male, female, it doesn't matter. Tarot has no gender, okay? So only if spirit shows me a specific gender, like if a spirit showing it to me in a masculine energy, I will speak on a masculine or a feminine. But again, take the roles how they resonate for you, okay? But in the past, I feel like you dealt with a lot of people in this Knight of Wands energy, right? People who are like quick, fast. They come in quick and fast. Adventurous, fearless, indecisive, right? In and out, right? That fake busy. They, one minute they have time for you, the next they don't, right? One minute they love you, the next they don't. You investing in people, right? Maybe people needing money and then them never repaying you. This is the type of energy that you dealt with in the past, right? And I just feel like you're being handed some kind of new beginning here, which is great, okay? And I feel like, again, now you're knowing that you have to use your head over heart when making decisions. You need to make decisions that are right for you. No longer putting others before yourself. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah. Especially in this Nine of Wands energy. I feel like you're having to... You've been through a lot of shit. That's what I'm seeing. It's like mentally being through a lot. Also physically, possibly. You could have been like busting your ass, I just heard. Like always working like extremely hard for the same things that some people get handed to them. You know what I mean? And I feel like you were that person that you would work hard and give to others freely. hmm And I feel like you're now realizing that you have to take charge of your own life because no one else is going to do it for you. Mm-mm. A lot of people will come around you or come into our lives, right? That they want handouts. They want the easy way. And I feel like now you're realizing that hell, you didn't have to. You didn't get the handouts. You didn't. It was like you were battle worn, right? You were always making it easy for everyone else while they were just making it more and more difficult for you. That's what I'm seeing. I feel like right now you're in this energy of manifesting, right? Thinking of what you want to do, manifesting new opportunities. I feel like you're also being guided by the universe. I'm called to say that. It's like you could feel like at this moment or at this time frame as you're watching this reading that you're still kind of unsure of which way you want to go, what where you're being led, but I feel like that's for a reason because spirit is wanting you to um hone in on or and call in what you really desire, what you really want, not for other people, for yourself. Thank you, spirit. Yeah, I just feel like you're definitely resting. This is a resting time for you. Uh-huh. And I feel like it's so that way you can reflect. Reflect on how many times that you've done for others and put others before yourself. And that could even look as far as being a parent, right? Sometimes I mean, of course, we have to take care of our children, right? Um, but for someone I'm talking to, this is going to resonate in this way for someone. If you have adult children, right? Yes, we are always going to be loving parents, right? And we always want the best for our kids and we always want to make sure that they're okay. But we have to also, as parents, take a step back and understand that we can't hand them everything they want and need, right? They have to learn as well that now they're adults and the keys that we gave them, right? They need to use those same keys to take control of their own lives, okay? And if you're constantly handing things to this child, they're not learning. They're not learning. I'm called to say that for someone. For others of you, it's this could even be in the workplace, right? It's like you go over and beyond for your job and make it easy for everyone else around you. But when it comes down to it, you're exhausted, you're tired, you're worn out. And they just keep piling more and more on you, right? So now you're in this energy of sitting back and trying to understand why and how to get out of it, right? You're reflecting, in other words. If this is in a romantic relationship, you were always giving, always loving. You would be the type of person that almost kind of waits on your person hand and foot, right? And then when your needs are not being met, you're wondering why. But I feel like I'm called to say this. If you don't even treat your own self correctly, right? And you allow people to keep walking all over you, taking advantage of you, using you, borrowing things from you, constantly doing stuff like that, what is the message that you're giving about you? I mean, let's be realistic that you're not important. And the reason why I can speak on this is because I'm guilty of this myself. Okay? So that's the way Spirit's showing it to me. It's like people are only going to meet you where you are at yourself, right? So if you don't even care about yourself, you don't care to put yourself first, you don't care to make sure you're financially stable, you don't care to make sure that you are mentally okay, why would anyone else? Mm-hmm. Yes. So, what I'm saying is, I feel like you're getting out of that, right? You're now realizing that the focus this whole time should have been on you, and now we're going to make that change, right? I feel like you are in this star energy, balancing out your emotions, understanding why you were that way. So, you could have been the type of person that went through a lot of like childhood trauma, which let's be realistic, everybody goes through things, right? This could be from, again, your childhood, or it could be from past relationships. Whatever have you, take this how it resonates for you, but listen to the message because the message is what you need to pay attention to. It doesn't really matter the fine details, right? It's the message inside of it. So it's like finding your purpose. What makes you happy? Right? And maybe you are the type of person, you are very loving and giving, right? But you have to remember to love and give to yourself. I watched a reel today that was nothing happens by chance, right? So this is funny that I watched that reel earlier and this is coming out in these cards. The reel that I watched today was so touching to me because a lady broke down to this man about the meaning of having God in our lives, right? If you have a glove, right, and you have a hand, this is the way she explained this, and I think this was a really good way to understand. If you have a glove and you have a hand, the glove is made to fit that hand, right? But a glove by itself is empty, right? The only way that there can be movement and action and um, life inside of that glove is to put the hand inside of it, right? Correct. It's no different than God. Our bodies are a vessel and they are empty, right? We're an empty shell. And without God in it, we cannot bring life, right? Our souls have no purpose. It won't be able to move in the correct way to find our purpose. So I thought that that was really touching and that was really a really easy way to help people understand that, right? And I feel like that's where you're headed and where you're coming into. Thank you, Spirit. Give me something more. The High Priestess. Thank you, Spirit. The number 2 could be very significant for you. Also, I'm called to say 9. I feel like you're a very intuitive person, right? You have sacred knowledge. Now, however that shows up for you, right? A lot of people will say, this religion is true and this way is true and, blah, blah, blah. Okay? I feel like whoever I'm speaking to, you're more of a free spirit. You believe in God, but you know that God is a personal relationship. You and God have a personal relationship. And just like God has personal relationships with everyone, correct? Um, you're very I feel like whoever I'm speaking to, you're a very sensitive person. You may not show it. You might on the outside have this like tough exterior or act like things don't bother you or hurt you, right? But I feel like on the inside there's like this childlike energy that is very sensitive. hmm And I feel like you've hardened over the years, right? You've created this outer shell. You could be the type of person that you crack jokes on yourself, right? And that's a protection. That's That's a protective mechanism that we use, right? As people who are hurt, who are injured. And I mean that internally. It's like, well, if I say this about myself, no one else can make me feel bad because I've already felt that way about myself. And I feel like you're realizing that, ooh, spirit, talk to me. So the way spirit's showing it to me is you need to get out of that energy of having to protect yourself. Of course, I want to say this the right way, and spirit, direct me the right way, because this is more important. Forgive me if I don't find the correct words. I'm hoping you'll understand this the way I'm saying it, because this is a deep one. Yes, we all need to protect ourselves, right, from harm. But you're not that little girl anymore. You're not that little boy anymore that is going through that pain, that heartbreak, right? You no longer have to shield yourself behind that pain, releasing it, right? And now you're going to pour into yourself. It's almost like looking at a small child outside of yourself, but that's you, right? Would you say the things that people have said to you? No. Would you have abused that small child? No, right? And understanding that now you can pour into yourself. I pray I'm saying this correctly, Spirit. The way Spirit's showing it to me is almost like comforting that inner child of yourself. This one's really, really deep. And I appreciate that Spirit's giving me this to give to you guys, but man, this is difficult. So I apologize, but whoever this is meant for, it will reach. Yes, again, you have to protect yourself, but at the same time, you're no longer going through that anymore. You don't have to hold yourself back, right? You are not the things that people said about you. That was them projecting energy that they felt about themselves onto you. So you don't have to hold on to that anymore. You are a free spirit. You are a godly being, right? And you can make decisions. Because why? You do it in a loving place, from a loving place. Okay? So now you hold the keys. Ooh, thank you, Spirit. Confirmation from the horn. Ooh. Give me something more. 7 of Cups. Opportunities. You have so many opportunities. Do not hold yourself back. You've held yourself back long enough, thinking you weren't good enough because maybe people made you feel that way. Feeling like you weren't smart enough, you weren't pretty enough, you weren't handsome enough, you weren't just not good enough, right? But it's not true. This was an illusion that people wanted to place around you. And I feel like now that's what you're doing. You're searching for your purpose. Man, this one is deep. 5 of Swords. Yeah, a lot of people bringing you conflict. Trying to undermine you. Make you feel unwanted. I feel like you're walking away from those type of people. No longer looking back. Ace of Cups and the Emperor. 100%. The number 1 and the number 4 are significant as well. I feel like God is pouring into you right now, right? And you don't have to share your relationship about God with anyone else. It is something personal that you hold within yourself. I feel like you're more of a spiritual person, very compassionate, very creative. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this relationship is personal, okay? You could have also been raised around religious people, right? You could have been raised in some kind of church, right? And feel like you never really could understand from their point of view because you were always meant to have a personal relationship with God. Okay? That's what I'm seeing here. So maybe you like steered away from it for a long time or always felt mm, like you couldn't identify with the same things that these people were feeling or saying. But that's because this is personal. Thank you, Spirit. This is more personal. I feel like whoever I'm speaking to, you're very spiritual. Mm-hmm. Justice. With this Emperor to the Justice, I'm seeing some kind of father figure here. You could have had a relationship with a father um, that was kind of broken. Mm-hmm. This person could have been really strict, um, power hungry, wanting to be in control, an authoritative figure. Mm-hmm. Mm. And what I'm seeing here is like you felt there was no justice there. There was unfairness. Hmm. Give me something more on that, please, Spirit. Yeah. It's some kind of heartbreak around like a father figure type energy here. Mm-hmm. But I'm called to say this. Always remember that sometimes, like I said earlier, people will project onto you because others have done that to them. So it's almost like being forgiving, understanding that this father figure or whoever this person was in your life, that they could only meet you where they were, right? They were also broken. But again, it's like stopping that generational curse, right? I don't have to digest that, right? When people project emotions onto you, you don't have to eat it. That's them. That's what they say. That's what they feel. It doesn't reflect onto you who you are as a person. You know who you are as a person. God knows who you are as a person. Mm. Page of Pentacles. Again, I feel like you're manifesting right now. I feel like some kind of new financial opportunity is coming in for you. Some kind of skill. I'm called to say if you've been on the fence about starting something new, you should go for it. Mm-hmm. Put your desire into it. Develop it, right? Go for it. Is what I'm seeing. This is going to start out something small. And you might think that it's insignificant, but it's not. It's your calling. It's what you're called to do. And however that is for you. Seven of Wands. You may be afraid of what people are going to think of you. Afraid of backlash. Look at, I just stuttered. Who gives a shit? Right? Prime example. You're never going to be perfect. Because you're fucking human. Okay? You're human. If you keep waiting for that opportunity when, oh, well, when this happens, and if I get this money first, then I'll start this. If I get this, under control, or if I learn a couple more things, I'll be able to do it. No, do it now. Do it now. Do it broken. Do it hurt. Do it imperfectly. Just fucking do it. Okay? Whatever this is that you feel the nudge that you're being called to do, just fucking do it. And I'm going to give you this example because Spirit's showing it to me. When I started my YouTube channel, man, when I say I have stage fright, it's unbelievable. I do not like to be recorded. I do not like to be center stage. You would never think this if anybody that knows me in my personal life. I am the most outgoing person. I am so friendly. I am so silly. You would think that I want to be center stage. But when it comes to like being on a stage or knowing that other people are having to listen to just me, oh, it makes me nervous as hell. But I felt that calling inside of me, right? And I knew I was not going to be perfect. We all know our own flaws, right? We all know we have flaws. But it's like, God didn't care about your flaws. And Jesus did not care about your flaws. Jesus came to the ones that were broken. Jesus washed the feet of an addict. You see what I'm saying? It's not. This is a man of power. He knows our imperfections. And that is okay. Ooh, Spirit, this one is deep. I just hope I'm doing it the right way. When you feel led to do something, right? It's like that little quiet voice inside your body, right? Not your head, inside your gut that says, do it. Like this, I would have shied away from this before because I would think to myself, I'm not going to say the right things. I'm not going to say it the right way. But guess what? For whoever it's meant to be for, will understand it. And for those that it's not, it's just not. And that's okay. Because God knows what you're capable of. And God knows what you are able to do. And He puts it on you to help someone else. And that's the whole point of your purpose. You may not be the type of person that I always said when I started my channel. I'm called to say this. Even if I reach 5 people, right? Even if I reached 1, it reached who it needs to reach. That's the goal. Acting out of love, acting out of compassion, acting out of kindness, right? It doesn't have to be perfect. You're perfectly imperfect in God's eyes. So we have the King of Cups, the Knight of Cups, and the Hangman. You're in this, no matter if you're male or female, you're in a masculine energy. I feel like you're really focusing on how to balance your emotions. I feel like you're somebody who's very supportive. And I feel like people feel that from you. You're definitely a leader. very empathetic. With this Knight of Cups. And you're to deliver this fucking message. A message of love to people. How else will God reach the masses? But with the help of his children, right? Ooh, Spirit. Get out of this stuck energy. You are called to do something. Do it. Imperfectly. It is okay. Sometimes we have to sacrifice our own insecurities and give it to God, right? So he can do what he needs to do with it for you and for others, right? Ooh, Spirit. Judgment. Whew, this is a whole new rebirth for you. This is an awakening, right? Forgiving others. Having mercy. Sometimes it's hard to forgive people that don't feel bad for what they've done, right? Sometimes that's the hardest thing. I always say, when you lose a loved one, right? It's sad. And it's heartbreaking. But they're gone. So it's not like you have a choice. The hardest thing is to mourn somebody who's still alive. To mourn and walk away from people who have hurt us, right? But knowing they're still there. Mourning the attachment, that stronghold that they had on us, that is fucking difficult. And I feel like you're strong. Okay? We can forgive people. It does not mean that we have to accept them back into our lives. We have the 9 of Swords. And we have the Queen of Swords. Yeah. Letting go of the worry, the fear, depression, anxiety, right? Because that's what this has caused. After years and years and years of being told you're not good enough, or you're not wanted, or you're not needed, or whatever have you, or somebody talking about the way you look, after so long of that, that's what this causes. But you're now letting this go because you know the truth. The truth is, it was never your burdens to carry. Creating boundaries. Again, it's going back to not allowing people into your life that mean you harm. You have to control that. People are going to say whatever they want to say. We can't control anyone outside of ourselves, but we damn sure can control ourselves and who we have around us. Are you going to allow somebody to keep injuring you and beating you down, making you feel like you're not good enough? At that point, when you already see it, you recognize it, and you stay, it's no longer on them. That's on you. Give me something more. Strength. Having the strength. You can be compassionate towards people. You don't have to fight with them. You don't have to argue with them. You can understand that whatever they say, do, or feel is their opinion. And they're allowed to do that. But it doesn't mean you have to fucking accept it. The Hierophant. Whoever I'm talking to, you are super intuitive. You're somebody who goes by traditions, right? I feel like God has really instilled in you mercy for others, forgiveness, but that doesn't mean at the sacrifice of you. Finding that balance. We can forgive. We don't have to hold on to the pain. You can move forward and you can forgive and you can have mercy for them, but it doesn't mean you're going to bring me down with you. Whew, Spirit. Let me give an angel message. If this reading resonated with you, please don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Also, feel free to leave a comment if you feel drawn to do so. Give me an angel message. Fear is a liar. It is important to know that most of us think we are not enough or we are too much. You are not alone in feeling this way. Most of us also feel scared of trying new things, terrified of life not working out, or afraid we won't succeed. If you are feeling any of these things, you are normal. I am here to tell you that these are fears, but they are not true. If you have an idea, feeling about something, or a dream, it is for you. Are you are you going to let fear dictate your life, or are you willing to step into your greatness? Action. Name your fears. What are they? Have a releasing ceremony, tear up the page, or burn it safely. If you feel afraid, confront your fears. Mantra. Today I will confront my fears and stand in my power. Amen. You are a big deal. How can you step fully into your divine power? We often do not give ourselves the credit we deserve. You are amazing. You are a big deal. Action. Walk into the room and fully own it. Own this day. How can you make this day yours? Mantra. I am a big deal. Whew, that was deep. I'll tell you what. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you for allowing me to read that. Hopefully this reading resonated with somebody. If you're interested in a personal reading, everything you need is inside my description box. I'll see you next time. Bye.